XFA though, don't just throw some size on. Execute like you that brought you there. Um, so for those in the XFA, you've earned it. Don't blow it up by trading too big. For those of you who are in the combine, when you're patient and you got a high lazy curveball, knock it out of the park.
A high lazy curveball. There you go. Again, these are the numbers we're showing for Herschel are from his most recent trading combine. Today's first day in the XFA, so we don't have any trade data for him. So these are Herschel from Macon, Georgia. It happens to be the Allman Brothers Museum house right there. I thought Hogue would get a kick out of that.
Absolutely. I was going to say that was my first thought.
Very cool. Yeah. All right, Coach Paul. We'll catch up with you next week. Anything you want to say to the rest of the Profiteers before we get out of here?
Yeah, I'll just repeat it. Wait for your trade and then swing. Don't swing at just anything that comes there. And you've worked hard enough. I'm really happy for the people who are still in the combines who haven't blown them up. They are really working hard in the process. Now is the time to take a little more, put on a little more size when your trade comes to you. Just don't swing, wait for it, and then knock it out.
There you go. You got 14 traders active in combines today. So good luck to all the Profiteers going into the end of part 1 of the VIP experience. Again, January 17th, folks. If you are currently in a trading combine in the VIP experience, you have 10 trading days left to get in that XFA.
Wow. Goes fast.
All right, guys. That went real fast, didn't it? Quite a few months.
Yeah, it does.
All right, Coach Paul, thank you for your time. We'll catch up with you.
Happy New Year.
Days. Happy New Year to you too, Paul. Thank you.
All right.
Thanks, Paul. One of the best. One of the best.
Just bit outside.
Vladislav asked, I wonder if Dakota is still in his short. Dakota, are you still in your short?
Yes. Yep. Short. 872 3/4.
House account still short from 75 like also.
That? Did you like that one?
Yeah, duh. You might as well say duh, Dakota.
Here he is. MP's back, baby. He is back. Duh. Keep an eye on the Dow's pushing higher here. Vladislav, I got your answer. I got your question answered. He's still short. House account is short as well. Oh, we got
so far. It's been a whipsaw. We were down 15 points, up 10 points. Kind of. We'll see. I'm looking for this market to maybe pull back down towards these 840s. Maybe we see something lower. We're gonna find out, or maybe we just get up and hit our stop loss. But market's consolidating right now.
It is.
And right back down into these 60s. Here we go. Is this it?
We're toast. JD said we're toast. You know when JD reverse jinxes this thing, it's always a good thing.
Is this it?
That is a good thing.
Toast. You guys don't know what we're talking about. A few months
what is JD?
There's look at the graphic. Look at the graphic. That's the toast.
Love it.
We had a trade on, and JD said this trade's toast, and we got like a tick away. What was it, JD? We came like a tick away from our stop.
Mr. Stip, missed our stop by 2 ticks. Nearly ticked us out.
And they didn't win in the money.
Big winner.
Yeah,
big winner after that.
Big winner. JD toast. I love it. JD toast.
The reverse jinx. We love it.
Are we gonna start calling him buttered toast?
Yeah. Ooh,
buttered toast. JD, buttered toast over there.
It reminds me of the Gunner boys. Focus on the market.
All right, let's see if we can break through these. Here we go. Still in short 5, 72 3/4.
Nice. We have a downside. Or are you just gonna actively manage this trade, Dakota?
Actively manage. I'm looking for these 840s to come into play to maybe take a few off right there. Up 14 points, $1,400 on that. It's $100 a point. A handle.
Yeah, we got. We'll do Dakota's end of year email recap. If there's time, we also have live call ups coming your way as well. We got 14 minutes left here in Fast Markets Action Pack Day, first Monday of the trading year of 2025. Feels like The volume has come back. Jay, Coach Jay, if you're out there, how are we looking on volume today? Compared to, I know we're only 2 hours in, but it feels like the volume is back. We see some size orders coming in the seeing the ladder here in the NQ and the ES. But I feel like we are back
There's a lot more
into
size.
Hey Dakota, how do you feel about trading around the range here? So we're at the bottom of this 3-minute range.
Um,
How do you feel about
I
like peeling
feel
one
like
off
this
and
market's
maybe
going
taking a
to
better entry?
840s, maybe.
You think it's going 840
It's
before the
really up
return?
to you. It's up to you, but my trade is short at 72 3/4, CYA at 98, and I'll be taking profit if we could get down towards these 840s.
Sounds good. All right.
Yeah, I
love
don't
this
like
question.
adjusting trades when I'm in them,
That's
to be honest,
Stuff right
JD.
there.
There's a lot of self-sabotage that people can do.
Noted. Yeah. It's a more
Andre,
more of an
you gotta-
aggressive tactic. More aggressive of
See
a
what you-
tactic, I should say.
You see what Jim and stuff said? Maybe we could have some pulled pork on some buttery toasted bread.
I like it. Let's go
There we
full
go.
pork.
There it is.
Sign me up.
Exactly
Fungus-
what I
fungus-
off the TV just for
fungus here
random
in the
stuff
chat,
like
take
that.
care of
just
that one.
Throw it out there. I love it.
Buttered toast would go great with pulled pork.
Yes, no
Oh, buttery toasted would go great with a pulled pork.
Hey, Tim,
Man,
what's the best?
to be almost
what's the best
stopped
part?
out on a side, to be almost stopped out on a size position, go in, then turn into the money, big winner.
Here we go. Here we go.
Yeah. Come on, Dakota,
I get
talk to
it.
us. Tell us
I
what you're
get
thinking.
it.
Your last trade, 21,858 house account, and Dakota both short for about 15, 18 points higher here.
Yeah,
Tim,
I
wanna
want to
ask
see
you about-
follow through here.
Go ahead.
We haven't seen a lot of follow through in any direction, to be honest.
Nope. We're really just ranging. You see my 3-minute chart up there right now. Pretty sideways up here at the top. That's where my idea of trading around this range came in. Peeling one off and then maybe looking for a better trade location on it.
It
Thank
could
you,
very
Coach
well make
Jay.
sense, right? You never know until after the fact.
Right.
Dobie would be excited about ranges.
So
I like the concept of trading around a range, peeling some of them off a bit. Sometimes, I mean, you have to use it the right time and all that kind of stuff. But the concept itself is still the same idea. But you're like, I really want a better trade position here, entry wise, or average it up or whatever, where you get out of a few, maybe you leave one or two on, then it comes back up, taking a little heat on it, add those two back on that you took off in the profits. That kind of trading. That's what you got to be in the zone though to be kind of really being able to read it that way.
Yeah, you have
Jay,
to really
get-
be in sync with the market.
Coach Jay, getting back. Volume's decent. Big orders are out there. Not much for quick follow through though.
Here we go.
Thank you, Jay. All
Come on,
right,
let's
so
get some
push-
follow through here.
Push lower. Push this
21,855s.
855s. House count short from 75 ish.
51.
75 in the-
51.
Yeah,
They closed that one
I like
there.
those 840s.
49.
What'd you do?
They closed one off at 49.
Yeah, I like
Covered
that.
one. House count short 2. Locked in 430 in profits. House count still short 2.
853s is trading. 53s, 51s was the low. 49s is the low ish.
I know. I
Come back
got
over
lucky
here
right on that
to,
one.
You got
Come
Come back over
49s.
here to my chart. Earlier, I was referencing the 30-minute chart. I apologize. I said the 15, but I meant to say 30-minute chart. But if we look
Yeah.
at this pin bar pattern I look at here, it's kind of closing in on what my target would be on the bottom of this pin bar right here. So
What
that's,
price?
and that's right near, that's 844 half. So
Excellent.
that's right near where Dakota's target is. So
Stuff,
I like
Tim.
that.
There you go.
44
See some more follow
target.
through.
Toast. Butter toast. Butter
Toast.
Pulled pork,
Pulled
pulled pork buttery toast.
You guys, this is what trading buddies are all about, guys. Like it gets you through the boring times, gets you through the
There's so much
downtime.
boring time in trading.
So much boring time in trading, and that's what trading buddies are all about. You get through the boring times. You always got one eye on the market, screwing around, but always one eye on the market.
Got
Dakota, you started
46 right
44.
there.
There you go.
46s are trading out.
Covered 1. Still short 1.
44s.
Nice trade, fellas.
I got 45 on that one. Still short. Still short too.
Nice cover. 45 cover.
Nice trading.
House
Guys.
count still short 1. We covered 45 half.
Discipline, patience, camaraderie, trading. I mean, just all around on a Monday too. Nice way to start the week. Hogue will be happy when he
Another
gets
one right
his
there at
Gary,
40.
Gary, what is it? What does it mean with a side of Pelosi?
I mean, no one's as good of a trader as she is. Okay, no one can
Full
trade like
board
that lady.
battery post with the side of Pelosi. That has to mean
Wow.
Pelosi has to mean like everything I touch is right. That was
Yeah.
good.
That's amazing.
No one can
Good
trade
one.
like Nancy, man.
That was good.
He is. That's the Michael Jordan. You know how we started looking for the Michael Jordan trading, Michael? There she is.
Yeah.
It's Nancy
Oh,
Pelosi.
I know. I think those days were numbered. But yeah.
All right. 21.
All right, I'm flat. I'm flat. There we go. 23 points on
House
that.
count flat.
Nice.
House count is also flat. Plus up 1431 on that trade. Very nice.
Wow.
Nice.
There we go.
Nice trade, guys.
And
Nice
Yeah,
trade.
good
I'm
job
gonna
all
hit
around.
this magic button that says "lock
Do
me
it.
out."
Lock
all
me
day,
out.
and I am
Joe,
Done.
yes. Done.
Do it.
I am done. Locked out.
Would you lock in?
2,400.
$2,400. If you did that every single day of your trading career, the new beginner trader extrapolation game, you're making 510. You're making a half, over half. You're making 600,000-700,000 a year.
Yes, you are.
Now,
I
if you can get
started
your
down
average,
3,000.
if you can get your average, here's where I like to turn everybody's focus. Like, don't think about doing that every single day. Think about that, moving your average to that number, because you're gonna have days where you're gonna make more or
Correct.
less.
Good
That's
math.
how you make $500,000 a year, consistent.
Good. Yeah. Great way you said that. Average, because
Mm-hmm.
I'll have $5,000 losing days. I'll have $10,000 winning days, but
Yep.
it's more about the consistency and the average. That's the right.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go
And I
around the
always
horn
do
real
this
quick.
really quickly. I always do this where I look at my average. If my day was
I'm
beating
short
my
too now.
average by
Ooh, Tim's short.
Okay.
Short.
if my day was beating my average by quite a lot, say my average is like 1,500, and like 2008, I was doing like 1,500 to 1,800 a day. I knew I could come in there and do that, and because I got myself up from that. Now it took me years. You kind of got to build up to that average, but I'd always pull my average up. My big thing was always trying to pull my average up, because at the end of the day, like if I had a $4,000 day and I like did like, this is gonna pull my average up. This is gonna, and pulling your average up keeps my confidence strong, because I'm like, I know I can come in here and do this. And that keeps that mindset that you're talking about, Dakota, about that you started off the show with, about not caring almost type of deal. That sweet spot of you're making enough money that you can start to take so much pressure off yourself that then you just know you're a Barry Bonds type of hitter. You know, when I get up to the plate, like, I'm gonna hit it. I'm gonna hit it.
Mhm.
So of course, you're always going to strike out every now and then too. Welcome to the game of baseball, aka trading. Losses are ordinary, necessary part of trading anyway. So digest that. But then when you get to that certain point, pulling your average up is what it's all about. I for me, it was.
Yeah. As you start to take that pressure off, too many. I get a lot of questions, MP, that traders are like, "How do I get to full time?" Right? They want to get to become a
man.
full time trader and
Yep.
quit their job, and it's like, oh, it's hard enough to trade. It's just so much harder to trade, knowing that you have to make money to pay the bills.
Yes. So always keep your day job is what I also say.
Well, speaking of people getting brought up to the big leagues, Pro Bowl this, Barry Bonds that, Michael Jordan. JD,
Right.
who are we calling up to the big leagues here at Top Step? Who's getting the call up, the tap to the big leagues here on Top
I'm
Step?
not
Let's do some
sure.
live call ups.
Let's do it. I'm not sure what order James has them in, but let's see some of those call-ups, please, James. We got Trin first.
Tucson.
Trin was trading in 5 XFAs, took a 25K payout from those 5 XFAs and transferred 39.7 over to, I'm sorry, let me repeat that. Took a 50-50 payout, took a $39,700 payout and transferred 39.7 over to his new live funded account. Solid starting balance for Trin. Moving up to the live account.
Well done.
Nice.
Who's next?
Nice.
Tyler.
Who's that?
Tyler was trading in 2 XFAs. Took a same thing. Took a 50-50 payout split. $12,730 payout and transferred $12,730 into the new live funded account. Tyler from Tucson, Arizona. Nice
Yeah.
job
Nice.
there. And last but not least, we've got Kenho from South Korea. Trading in a single XFA, maxed it out, took a 5K payout, transferred the $45,000 balance from that XFA into the live funded account, doing nothing but trading the micro NASDAQ. 50 grand on that XFA, trade in micros. You don't got to trade big to win big, right, folks? There are your live funded call ups from, those are from January 2nd, late last week.
Nice.
Big numbers.
Nice.
Big numbers.
Big numbers.
All right, guys.
Talking about
A couple-
getting lucky, I bottom ticked that 44 and 3/4 was
Yes, you
my
did.
exit. Wow.
44 and
sometimes you just get
3/4.
lucky.
Nice.
Yeah,
I know.
44 and
Good
3/4.
feeling.
Feeling nice to get lucky too.
It's a good.
That's
you
awesome.
deserve it.
Were you working a bid or did you hit the join bid button?
Join bid. Yep, join bid was
Yes.
what I
Join bid, join
really
ask are my two favorite buttons trading the NASDAQ, by the way.
Yes, they
Join
are.
bid,
Mine
join
too.
ask.
So I am short both Russell and Nasdaq now.
Ooh,
Okay.
Short Russell and NASDAQ.
Rusty back in here.
Yeah. Russie.
What's your short in the NQ, Tim?
NQ, I'm short from 855 half, short 3 micros. And then in the Russell, I'm short 2308 half.
2308.
How many? 5 micros there
Russell.
as well.
Okay.
Ooh,
5.
nice drop right there.
Cool.
10 points in a blink.
Love it, dude. I love all the different ways these guys trade, different ways. Execute, get into trades, get out of trades, where they put their stops. All right, guys, we're coming up on time here in Fast Markets. Tim, make sure you keep us posted on how these trades play out. Get some selling going
Yes,
in
sir.
here. All right, with that being said, we got appreciations. The first appreciation Monday of 2025. So first, we like to let it cook in the chat, little marinate in the chat. There you go. Thank you. What are you thankful for today? Let us know in the chat. It's a positive way to end this first trading session. Keep things in perspective. So chat, what do you guys appreciate for on this Monday? Hopefully you guys enjoyed some of the trading here, some trading buddy talk. You've got a little mini rant out of the MP himself. So that being said, I'm going to start with MP. MP, what are you appreciative for this Monday or 2025 or 2024?
I mean,
just thoughts.
I'm kicking it to you. I'm appreciative to you. You had your 1-year official Top Step
Oh, yeah.
anniversary, basically being official, but you've started Top Step with me 15 years ago when I used to be like, Dre, do you like this concept? I evaluate you in sim, blah, 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 blah. And we started talking from there. How could I help you become better? You're with that prop firm at the time, so we talked about how they helped you to become a better trader. I was with the prop firm, a different one, back in Chicago. That was 15 years ago. 15 years ago. So that's what I'm appreciative for
Thank you,
on this
buddy. I appreciate that.
2025 January.
And for 15 more years to come, I appreciate that for Michael very much. Thank you for having me here. Thank you.
What's after
crazy.
that?
It's just crazy. It's
Shut
15
up
years
shop
ago.
after that.
15 years from now, we'll cross
we're
that bridge
done.
when we get there. Oh wow, Polish Andrzej getting some love in the Polska in the chat. All right, let's go to Mr. Tim B from Nashville, Tennessee. Hope you had a good holidays in Indianapolis up there. What are you appreciative for on this Monday, Tim?
I'm just appreciative for just a really good start to the year.
Yeah.
Had a couple of good trading days last week. It was a really great weekend. This past weekend, got some good rest. And just I'm excited for the year. And 2024 was a challenging year, and I'm excited to build off of what I learned last year and apply it in this new year. And just excited to have a good start.
Excellent.
So grateful
Thank you
for that.
much. Really great. Really
Awesome.
great. Look at you on Fast Markets now, Tim B. Trading well. XFA since the summer, man. That's how you do it. That's called like longevity. The name of the game in this whole thing is longevity. The longer you last, the more money you make. Everything takes care of itself. Anyways, Dakota, it's Monday. Your Green Bay Packers lost yesterday. What do you appreciate for on? What do you appreciate for today?
You know what? Come on. You blew up my whole entire train of thought on that one, Andre.
had to.
You guys,
Oh, wow.
everybody here, everybody, and it goes from the community that TopStep has built and the Discord to everybody here on air that we've been able to spend our time with, and the amazing things to be coming out. Like MP always drops hints on TopstepTV, even though I like to entice him a little bit. But amazing stuff to come. I'm excited. The Top Step Trading League is going to be amazing. I'm going to be holding the poll on Twitter for my trading league team. I'm excited for that, and uh, hopefully that gives me more of an opportunity to give back to the amazing community that we've built.
All right, awesome stuff. All right, JD. JD in the Slack here says, "Can we show Dakota Positive Monday real quick?" JD, show Dakota Positive Monday real quick. What's it say, JD?
Positive Monday. Dakota, you can have a really bad season, but if you beat the Packers at Lambeau, you are forgiven. Happy Positive Monday.
That sounds like a Bears fan calling in on line 1, 6-7
Being
score,
positive.
calling in on line 1. All is forgiven. That is
Calling in
such
line
a
one from
Bears-
Logan Square.
Yeah, from Logan
Phone lines are
Square.
hot, maybe.
Yes, they are. Oh
Uh-huh.
man, I love talk radio. Anyways, guys, great for opening session. Fast markets coming in hot, baby. Everyone's making a little bit of money. Coming up next, we got Peter Talkman, the Einstein of Wall Street. He's dropping in. See where he's at. Also, we got James D. Yeah, my guy from Toronto joining us. Trading his XA, lost his XFA. We'll see how he's doing in his combine. Coming up next. Again, that was a hell of a start to this Monday. Anyways, this is TopstepTV. Let's go, baby.
TopStep was created from an idea born out of the trading pits in Chicago. The idea that we could provide traders education, access, experience, and capital to use in the markets. A decade later, with tens of thousands of traders in over 100 different countries, we know exactly what our traders want. That gave us another idea, to build a platform specifically for our traders and their unique needs.
Wait, a trading platform and an evaluation company in one? Does that exist?
Well, it does now.
Introducing TopstepX, the first of its kind trading platform built by and for futures traders, creating the first end-to-end ultimate trading experience. TopstepX is purpose-built for your unique needs, using over a decade of insights, customer feedback, and experience. Featuring integrated licensed trading view charts, our proprietary trading indicator, the Tilt, a built-in trade copier, our own dedicated data feed direct from the CME, and even a live stream of TopstepTV. And get this, with our extra fast connection, once you sign up, you are trading within 30 seconds. No connection instructions needed. It's web-based, so you can use it on your Mac or PC, with a dedicated mobile app for iOS and Android coming very soon. We haven't just built a trading platform. TopstepX is a fully immersive trading environment, and it will continue to evolve with new features, becoming your go-to source for trade execution and funding, education, community, support, and even entertainment. Oh yeah, never pay any commissions on TopstepX. That's right, TopstepX is the only platform in the futures industry that has no commissions. Experience the future today.
Welcome back, friends and traders. This is your morning recap. I'm JD, filling in for Hogue temporarily. We're coming off a couple nice trades for the house count. House count currently up $1,700 off of Dakota Short, playing that range in the NASDAQ. Tim B, our special guest from Fast Markets, is also short the NASDAQ right now. He's in the money, quite a few tickies, trading micros. Let's get right into the charts. We got Peter Tuckman coming on in a second, and I see our boy from Toronto, Jonathan, in the back. All right. Looking at the, this is a 15-minute chart of the E-mini S&P 500 contract. We opened with a considerable gap higher, never made an attempt during regular trading hours to return to fill that gap. Initial balance low at 60.2875 remains low for the day. Our initial balance high, 60.60, and the orders, no failed auction. It looked like we were going to have one. We came back. We bounced around initial balance high for quite a while. Let's scale back to a 5-minute chart real quick. Tiptoeing around that initial balance high here. Never really came through. We tried to. pulled back just a little bit, danced around it, and now here we are sitting, tapping on the ceiling of new highs once again in the S&P. Volume's kind of petering out. We see volatility dropping off just a little bit, starting to go sideways again. Does this look like a nice rounding top on a 5-minute chart? It certainly does, but we won't know that for sure until we actually get some continuation lower. Here is our 5-minute chart of the NASDAQ. Same scenario, open with a considerable gap higher. Initial balance low remains low of the day. Low of the day, regular trading hours, 21,785 and a half. We had a couple nice textbook bull flags on our way up. Both of them paid if you tried playing them. We took a couple short trades, or we took a short trade in the NASDAQ. Dakota was up here picking tops, and we did it nicely, playing that range. We got short mid-range and fell back down to that 45 level where we covered that trade. Nice trade for a $1,400 winner. House count total is up 1,700, like I said. Right now, we're currently right at our initial balance. We're back inside our initial balance high. Initial balance high, like I said, 21,886.75. I believe that's the same number I quoted a minute ago. Trading back inside initial balance. So possibly see some continuation lower. Otherwise, we're going to follow suit with the S&P and start tapping on the ceiling of new highs in just a minute. Hogue gave me some insight into crude oil. Here's our crude oil chart. Here's a giant pattern that I was talking about all last week. This giant descending triangle. We have 4 touches on the upper resistance line, a couple touches on the bottom support line. We are trading right at that upper line as we speak right now. Here's our 4 months of ranging trade. Broke through it last week, came up, kissed our weekly kickoff high today, 75 time. We're going to zoom in on that in just a second. And we also touched this upper range bar for our descending triangle. We're trading back below that now. This looks like a decent rejection area in crude oil at the moment. Let's take a look at a 5-minute chart. We're going to zoom in real close. So this blue line here is our upper descending trend line from that descending triangle pattern. So we're trading back inside. We're ranging for the last, let's call it hour and a half or so. We've got our weekly kickoff high, 75.10. We had a failed upside auction in crude oil. Initial balance high was at 74.92. Tested above that, made a high at 74.99, pulled back. Textbook reversal off of that failed upside auction. And now we've settled into a nice little range going into the lunch hours. Gold real quick. Here is our daily on the gold. I'm just going to go to a 15-minute chart. Very choppy price action in gold. 7:30 was our regular trading hours open. Had a nice move lower. Came back down to test. What is that 23.20 level? It was just on the tip of my tongue. 25.23.20. Oh, I'll grab it later. But here we are trading back mid-range, 25.15, 26.51 half last, bouncing in between 26.53.30 and 26.49. That's Friday's value area low and Friday's volume point of control. Just kind of drifting in between there for the moment. We're trading above a couple of longer-term moving averages. We got a 50 period and a 20 period moving average here. Trading well above those on the shorter term. On the shorter time frame, I should say. All right, that's it for your morning recap, folks. Sorry to make that short and sweet. We have Mr. Tuckman sitting in the background. I see him. He's ready to go. I'm going to get out of his way. Andre, Mr. Tuckman, what's up, guys?
Hey, JD. Thank you
What's
for
up,
the
team?
morning recap. There you are. What's up, Peter Tuckman? Happy Monday. What were you drinking? What's in that smoothie? Tell me what's in the Peter Tuckman smoothie. What do you got?
Blueberries, banana, protein, and something else.
I like it, man. Staying true to keeping it awesome. All right, well, hey, Bulls are in control today, Tuckman, and we keep seeing higher highs as we continue to grow here. Thoughts? Okay, for the new trader coming into the new year, like, how do you gas yourself up? How do you prep yourself? How do you get yourself into like the making money market, like making money mentality coming into a new year. Wipe the slate clean. What are your thoughts looking into 2025 and things you're thinking of?
Wow. I'll have
Where'd he go?
sorry about that.
We lost him for a
Something
second. There he is.
Something beautiful walking by. Anyway, so good. Anyway, look, the mindset that everyone should have when they sit down at their machines in the morning is not about how much money I'm going to make today, but how much money am I willing to lose in order to make money? I'm willing to risk $50 to make $200, but I'm not willing to risk 200 to make 50. Because if I have one losers, I need 4 winners to break even. So you got to get in that mindset. That's the wonders of using stop orders on every trade that you have. You can use stop orders trading, NQ, MES, all the futures derivatives that you guys trade at TopStep. Stop orders are imperative on every trade. Sit down at your desk, say, how much am I willing to lose today? And then protect your downside. That's going to give you then also when you're trading, okay, always use stop orders. When you start to make money, always know when to take a profits. Look, there's certain rules that we teach at Wall Street Global that I'm sure David's shared with you when he's been on with you guys all the time about having a plan when you get into your trade. Ask yourself, why am I getting in? Price action and technical analysis are the only 2 reasons to get into a trade. Secondly, have a stop order on every single trade that you do. Thirdly, when you start to make money, start to take a profit. If you buy NQ or MES, wherever you buy them, let's say let's just say they're a stock that trades at $100. You buy stuff. If you buy a future at $100 and you have a stop at at 99.5, right? If it goes your way and you start making money, start taking profits, move your stop order to break even. So now you've made a little money and you cannot lose money on that trade. So never turn a winning trade into a losing trade. This is a smart. Know when to stop trading when you have a plan on how much money you want to make in your day, right? Have a target amount. If you're trading 100 shares, you make $100. 1,000 shares, $1,000. Know that when you hit your target, turn the machine off and go home. That's the best it's going to get. Know when to stop trading when you're making money. Know when to stop trading when you're losing money. If you have 3 losing trades, turn the machine off and go home. You're having a bad day. Doesn't make you a loser. Doesn't make you a bad trader. It just means you're having a bad day. You do not want a revenge trade. You do not. That mentality is super important. Discipline, consistency, and following those simple rules will make you a better trader.
You guys talk about that at Wall Street Global, I'm sure, right? Discipline, consistency, and sticking to your plan.
Those are the 5 secrets of successful trading that we teach at Wall Street Global. Absolutely. And everybody should know that. Trading, whatever you're trading, futures, equities, options, whatever it is, those simple rules, if you follow them, will make you a 50% better trader.
Incredible. Thank you for that. All right. And thoughts on 2025? I know we checked in with you on Friday, but now everyone is fully back from the Hamptons. Everyone's fully back from St. Bart's, from Aspen. Everyone's fully back trading it up again. So just to give a recap, thoughts on 2025. We got perhaps four more rate cuts. We got a new president coming in. Thoughts on 2025? I know it's early, but 100%. Still.
Okay, so look, I think we're going to start. All eyes are going to be on, obviously, the economic data coming in. Are we going to go with, look, one of the things that sort of knocked the market off its beam a couple of weeks ago was the fact that the guidance going forward for rate cuts, we got cut from 4 down to 2. We were going to have 4 in 25 and 4 in 26. Now we're going with 2 and 2. That doesn't mean that's etched in stone. That means that based on the economic data from a couple of weeks ago, the economy was doing actually better. And so the Fed decided they don't need cuts. Why am I going to shoot bullets out of my gun if I don't need to? So that's why they cut them. In fact, that cut, even though it had a negative effect on the market, was a function of the market, the economy being better off. So it was an example where good news was bad news. So look, the market's in solid shape. The economy is in good shape. We've got 2 days into the year, and the market is up. It's going in the right direction. Bulls are clearly in charge so far. The question is there anything that can get tossed at this market that's going to dislocate this incredible rally that we've seen? 2023 was up double digits. 2024 was up double digits. I don't want anybody to listen to this BS that a lot of the mainstream media are talking about, that the last time we had 2 back-to-back double-digit growths was in 1997, and that following that we had the internet bubble, and that the market crashed, and that's supposed to have some effect on 2025. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. We take each year as it comes. If the market's strong, the economy is strong. You know what? Look, we could get some labor numbers come out on Friday this week that could change their whole position as far as how many interest rate cuts. We'll take that when we get it. But right now, on a day-to-day basis, this market, look at Nvidia today, right? This is a perfect example of when I tell people that when a stock gets sold off for any number of reasons, as look for a one-off or whether the market gets Nvidia got knocked off its beam and sold off for the last 3 or 4 weeks or almost a month. It was trading in a range, right? Nothing had fundamentally changed in the company except it was a little overbought. It was technically a little bit frothy. And
Sure.
nothing fundamentally changed in the Nvidia story. And today is a perfect example. If you had stayed in it or you had bought it when it was trading at a discount, today you're really happy about that because today the news that came out was super good. Stock's up $6.50, right? And it's got a great future left in it. So people need to understand that when stocks sell off, when the baby gets thrown out with the bathwater, these are nothing but buying opportunities. If the story has not fundamentally changed when a stock goes on sale, that's your opportunity. You don't run from the theater screaming fire, fire. You get in and you start chipping away at those, whether it's a trade or a long-term investment.
I like that. Mr. Tuckman, I know you're our perma bull. Before we get you out of here, I've got one question for you. I don't know if I've ever asked you this. Have you ever been scared that the market was selling off and selling off? I know you're the perma bull. Has a market ever scared you like, oh crap, this thing's really going down and this thing's not going to stop?
Yeah, I think it did during COVID. You know, those days where we opened and closed at the same time. You know, that was a scary time. I think it was a lot. It was scary because the sort of the fear that you saw in everybody's eyes was not only a financial one, but if you'll go back to those days around March 15th. I mean, I got COVID in March 15th, right? I was like patient zero. And, you know, and I was like, I got really sick. I almost died. I was given like 4 days to freaking live. It was pretty
Really?
shitty. But I had 103.7 for 4.5 weeks. So I almost died. I got meningitis. It was a shitstorm. Anyway, at the end of the day, those days where we opened and closed down limit every day, it really looked ugly. I mean, you know, look, I know in retrospect, it was a great buying opportunity, but at the time, you know, you didn't know if your grandmother was dying in some nursing home or whether, you know, there were people dying all over the streets of New York. So I think that was probably the scariest time. I would have to say also the crash of '87. I was a clerk. I'd been on the floor for a couple of years and I was a clerk. And the actual fear in people's eyes on those days, I remember I was trading a stock called Digital Equipment. The symbol was DEC, DEC. Stock opened at $168 on that day, on that Monday, Black Monday. And it ended up closing at $48. And
what?
That was, I mean, you have to realize that was the largest percentage sell-off in markets history, I think. But that was a lot of fear in people's eyes. So that was kind of scary. But besides that, you know, a couple thousand points here or there doesn't really, you know, that's all in a day's work.
Nothing shakes him now. Hardened veteran joining us from the New York Stock Exchange, Einstein of Wall Street, Mr. Tuckman. We'll check back in with you on Friday again. Wall Street Global. Go check it out. Thanks, Peter. Have a good Monday.
Love, guys. Be well.
Take
Happy
care.
trading.
Happy trading. All right, let's bring in James D and Dolby Time. Oh, Dolby Time has found himself back in the wilderness. Dolby is back in the wilderness. He was in the log cabin last Friday. You know, it was his birthday weekend. It was like he wanted to get back in touch with nature. Also, we got James D joining us from Toronto. First of all, James D, your prime minister resigned today. What are your thoughts? You're on mute. I got to hear your thoughts. You got to be off mute. Hold on, James. James, you're on mute.
Double mute? That's like $20.
Double mute. That's a double whammy right there.
But his house does look nice, though. Oh, there you
are. All right. First of all, okay, your prime minister resigned. James, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, so he announced that he was going to resign, but he hasn't technically yet. They're still looking for a new Liberal Party leader. And when they find that, he's going to officially step down. So it's like a quasi win for us today, in my opinion.
Fair enough. What is the general sentiment tone? Like, I guess everything's very polarized right now, but was this a surprise or did you guys see this coming?
He's been in office, I think, 7 years. So it's definitely not news. I don't think it's a surprise for anyone. His ratings are terrible right now. Obviously, you can look at the Canadian dollar versus the US and come to that conclusion on your own. Um, at the end of the day, I don't want to get too political. I think that Canada just needs some change, and this is a step in the right direction for that. So,
Fair enough. All right. Fair
James
enough.
is
also
our
Dolby,
That was-
happy birthday! It was
Yes.
also my birthday yesterday, so happy birthday to
Hey,
Those
Capricorn.
Capricorns
What's up?
running around here, man. Little Capricorn takeover here on this Monday. All right, let's get into it, guys. We're starting to see some selling here in the ES and the NQ. All right, now we're kind of accelerating the downside here. Last trade in the NQ, 21,826. Now 825, 824 straight now. Look at the S&Ps, the ES, 6057, about 11 points off the highs there. Right now, we are watching this sell-off happen. House account was short. We took little profits. Maybe there's some more out there to downside. All right, James, how's the trading going? Thoughts on this Monday?
man. Very bullish. Not what I expected. The overnight super strong. We opened up also super strong. I kind of expected a little bit more strength. We got one close above, so I've marked out IB here with this blue box. So obviously low, high, and then the midpoint there. We did get one 5-minute close above that, and for me, that's a long signal. We did not get that. I'm still in another trade on another account here. It's a very simple like IB continuation strategy. So I think of every time I come on, I say something about the edgeful stats. They're always super handy, but when you get a break of IB in either direction, there's a standard like 30 to 40 point move on average in that direction. And so when we got this close here, I was basically just looking for an extension. What I do is I'll enter on the close, a 5-minute close outside of IB. The stop loss becomes the midway point, and then you just put your TP at 0.5. It has a pretty good win rate. It's above 75 over the past 50 instances. So I'm just waiting for that to play out. And then I've got another combine here where I'm just going to take some discretionary trades on air with you guys.
Stuff. All right, Dolby. Sweet. See some selling, more selling coming in here. Look at the ranges. What are you seeing here, Dolby? Time 21,823 last trade in the NASDAQ. Let's go to your charts and walk through your top-down approach when you look in these markets, Dolby.
Oh, let's go from the tippy top. Okay, let's start with the weekly. I'm not seeing a consolidation on the weekly. What I do see though is still higher lows. So I still like being bullish overall until we can at least get back below 21,000 like 200s and maybe test this higher low trend line that we got here. But we can zoom in even further to the daily. There could be a bear. This is a bull flag. Could be or a pennant formation could be setting up in the short term on the daily. There's still no consolidation really here for me. So this still looks bullish. Going to the 4-hour still looks bullish. Go to the 1 hour. Still looks bullish. 30 minute. Okay, 30 minute. We're finally starting to get some sort of consolidation. Draw one there at the tippy top at around, say, 21,860s. We had a really nice one this morning at around 7 o'clock, and then that vicious sell-off happened and then it ripped right higher. Of course, it needed some liquidity because that's what NASDAQ does. And so we ripped down to 21,642, shot back up, and that's kind of like the 30-minute range break. 15-minute, we had a really small one. I think this is where you guys got short in the house account. Actually, was off the 15-minute range high. I think Dakota took it for the 3-bar reversal potentially. And then 5 minutes.
872. 872.
870. Yeah. And so I think right now we're just living in a world where we're breaking down from the 15-minute range and trying to reestablish where it wants to go. In the near term, I am definitely looking at, I heard James say midpoint. I'm looking for the midpoint in this 5-minute range we had at 9 a.m. Central, and that would be 21,814. So I kind of want to see how NASDAQ behaves at 814. We're kind of getting down there, and it is slowing up a little bit. And if we can get down even further, I would still look for longs around like 780, but I wouldn't want anything kind of in between those areas. So a little bit of resistance becomes support. Let's see if people switch sides, and then off to the races we go.
780, perhaps along 814 midpoint. James and Dolby talking about 814s. Last trade 21,830. Again, we have a 3-year auction at the top of the hour, so that's not until about 40 minutes from now. Take a look.
What
Oh, we
would
did see
it
a big
take
sell
for
off.
you guys?
Go ahead.
What would it take for you guys to get long around here? I'm just thinking, you see a day like this where we basically we set IB low at the first 5 minute bar of the day, and then we move essentially higher for the first hour. Typically, what does the close on those days look like? Are we going to retrace the full move? Are we going to retrace to the midpoint? Are we going to end up closer to IB high or IB low?
For longs, 820s. I think 820s,
820s?
814s. There's like, you could probably risk 20 points and have a lot of upside there.
it.
I mean, there's always a risk of it, shooting straight down, but that risk always exists no matter what. No matter what. But the 1 minute
did
is starting to
arguably
tighten up
get
a little bit too as well.
You guys are
a failed upside auction there. So
It's possible. The other alternative, but you said longs, right? Like, what would it take to get long? I would say just
or
a
my
limit order
bias
at
is
821.
long right now.
Hmm.
What would it take to flip that to the short side?
Oh,
Ooh. Well, if you like
Would
stair
we want to
step,
even be looking short?
good question.
yeah, I mean, if you like stair step shorts, you could draw it at like 840s. Let's see, 860s. It's been kind of messy on the stair step for this downtrend. But I would look at maybe shorting 840s, just the top of the 1 minute range, or get long at the bottom of the 1 minute range, and hope that 814 holds for the long. And if it can kind of maybe consolidate in that area, it could potentially even add as well.
Okay,
840s.
I like that. I've been trying to think from a more like meta perspective. What are the majority? Actually, Andre, do you have tilt up right now by any chance? Did it
I
even
do
out
indeed.
since this morning?
It is now 68% short in NASDAQ,
Wow.
67% short. We did see as high as 80% long this morning in NASDAQ. So now it's flipped. The shorts are starting to pile in a little bit. Average price they're short from, 21,829. So right about here, point of entry.
829. Interesting.
Wow, those are
Okay, in
very
my
aggressive
mind, that
shorts.
tells me a lot of shorts could get popped off on a day like this. When you had majority long, everyone decided as a group, okay, well, now we're going to flip short, but they're not in the money very much. A little pop up could start to blow out the shorts. And then we could see, I don't know, ES was making new highs and NQ was failing to do that. So there was already a discrepancy there. Maybe we see more of
Like you
that.
thought. I like where your head's at here.
Yeah, it's always
I like what you're
interesting seeing like I love the long average and short average because you can kind of get an idea of just like how aggressive shorts are based off of the distance of the average to the current price. And so like a short average of 828, I mean, these are new shorts. Because if
new
you were
shorts,
Dakota
yeah.
or the house account, you were short around what, 875s. So you're already 40 points in the
Yeah.
money. So these are, I would say, newer shorts. So this could be momentum traders. So I kind of like that idea that you have there, James. And I wish I had more time because I would love to do more analysis on like the average, how close it is to the price. If NASDAQ jumps 20, 30 points, is that going to really change the short average as people get stopped out? Because, I don't know how big people's stops are, but I have to assume they're around 20 points, I'd say, just based off of like the parameters at Top Step. Maybe you're risking 40 or 50, but that's, I would say, more on the unusual side. But I think longs here are very interesting. Maybe a little
Longs are
expensive
definitely-
for my taste, but very interesting.
We had this wick from 12 o'clock was interesting. I did try to take a long off of that, thinking that it was just blowing off the long stop. So like if I was long and we put in that double bottom at 21,844, that would become a natural stop area. We then wicked through it on the 5 minute with an above average volume. That, when you're seeing it in real time, looks like stops just got hunted, especially when you're going to close back above that with a huge wick like that. So I tried to take a long there. That did not pan out. I was able to recoup a little bit. When this candle closed, I realized we were not going to be getting that move back up. Flip short a little bit. And now I just took a little short off of that wick on the other side, see if we can't move lower and maybe test the midpoint of IB here. Because
Ooh, you're short
honestly,
right
I
now,
want to
huh?
be long. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm just
Oh,
not
that
buying
ain't
right now. But unless we get some like solid long evidence, I don't think they're there. It is.
Ooh.
Whoa, what was that?
Ooh, that was
Look at
fast.
that. Sellers
Yeah.
coming in. What price are you
Yeah.
short from, James?
830s. 21,830.
30 is not 21,830. James
And then
Short,
if we do close
21,830.
below 805, that would be when I'm starting to flip my bias to the short side because we've given up 50% of the regular session move already.
Yeah.
We do also have a
Okay.
lot of wicks down here though. Like that's an area where sellers tried to push price lower but failed.
So
we'll
what's
see. We're
your?
actually gonna-
Are you more of like a diamond hands trader? Will you hold on to this for a while?
In this combine, no, probably not. Because I'm trading of like a full on queue, but on the MNQ. So these trades are probably going to be shorter. Ooh,
Yeah.
Actually, don't want to take a loss on this, so I'm going to move that down.
We
a
got
little bit.
very close to
Typically,
814s, and then it just
So
ripped like 15 points.
this was some of the trades that I took this morning. I caught, I don't know, almost 100-point trade. Let me delete this.
Oh, nice.
I
That's
got
awesome.
in basically right at the open and then closed it right at IB high, which was awesome. I ended up getting stopped out on that combine, which is super unfortunate. And it sort of touches on the point that Dakota and MP were talking about, which was your size. So actually, update since the last time that we were on air, I took a payout.
Congrats.
I didn't know.
Yes.
Thank you. I took the payout. I took the max size, which is not what we discussed on air. But I'm happy I did because I
Full
ended up blowing
transparency.
that XFA. Yeah, full transparency. I ended up blowing that XFA a few days later, and I don't know why. I mean, everyone goes through this, but the psychology of trading, you make a plan and then do the exact opposite, and it's
there.
difficult. It's really difficult. And what I've come to realize is what puts me on tilt more than anything else is trading too much size. I start to trade too much, the losses get too big. And so I have 2 accounts right now. This one I just sort of got right before we came on air because I wanted something to be able to trade. And that's why I'm trading more size. But I'm going to be trading the combines exactly like I would trade an XFA, which is something that I haven't done in the past. The target
I like
makes
that
it
idea.
such an
Yeah.
I like that idea a lot.
everyone says that's what you should do. And it is what you should do. Because in reality, if you're not practicing how you're going to play in the game, what are you practicing for? Nothing.
Exactly. That's exactly right.
So, yeah.
It's confusing too because you don't want to switch up when you get into XFA and all of a sudden you're like, not only are you in a new environment, but you have a new rule that you haven't even practiced preparing for yet. And so you might as well just do whatever the rules are for the XFA in the trading combine. And also going back to your comment about size, when I was doing trading combines, I always felt that anytime I sized up prematurely, like my mind just like I feel like I couldn't handle like the profits. Like it's not like I wasn't worthy, but to some degree, it's like you're a little bit like fish out of water. It's like you don't belong in this like 5-lot area. Like you need to go back to ones and twosies, and then eventually you can build yourself up slowly to that level.
100%. And I think it's, TopstepTV gives so much valuable information. One of the takeaways was from Jake Ricci's like 1-hour session a few weeks back.
He's coming
he was
back,
saying,
yeah.
if I'm going to trade, good. He's awesome. I think Dakota really needs some friendly competition too. I feel like Jake could do that for him. So that'll be
he's up
interesting.
there.
I like that.
He is up there. I won't say where he's at, but he's up there. Top 10.
Fair enough. He was saying for 1 NQ, I need $1,000 of drawdown. Which is
like
honestly great insight from somebody who does trade that product regularly, which means if I'm going to be trading 1 MNQ, I'm going to need $100 of risk per MNQ. And it's, I was saying I have X amount of balance left in my XFA. I'm going to trade $200 max DLL in a day, and then you end up trading 4 micros. That goes against what you're saying, and you're obviously going to get blown out before you have a chance for your edge to play out. Which brings in the whole, like, I don't know, the stats of trading. What is your risk of ruin? Even if you have a profitable edge, if you're sizing too big, there's a high probability that you'll lose the account before the edge can play out in your favor.
Yeah, I mean, that's what's so nice about micros. Like, micros did not exist. Most people don't know this. Micros have not been around forever. Like, They're only
No,
like
yeah.
maybe 4 or 5 years old. So way back in Top Step days, everyone was trading e-minis all the time. All the time. There was no
And
micros.
isn't there even a bigger one? Just like a regular sized NQ contract?
There
The
was.
bigs.
Yeah, there were
right?
bigs.
It's
Those are
phenomenal.
nuts.
Big.
$250 a
Yeah,
tick.
you got an
Woo.
NQ with size, man. There's like size lords out there trading 1,000 points, $1,000 a tick or something.
Yeah, man. Those guys had stones, but that's all they could trade. So
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
all they knew. Also, speaking of Jake Ricci, we'll be back on Wednesday, Fast Market. So be sure to tune in then. Well, friendly competition
With
for
Jake?
Dakota.
Yep. On Wednesday. It's coming Wednesday.
Nice. I will make myself available for that.
Nice bounce at 814. That was that midpoint we were talking about, James. That just
Yes.
bounced 20
That was
points
your
in
level
an
mate.
instant.
That's a solid engulfing on the 1 minute. That could be.
It is.
Let me take a little stab there.
For shorts or longs? Because this would be
Longs.
top of range for shorts. Longs, nice.
You and I are different in that way.
Oh,
I don't think I've
yeah.
ever once traded a range in my life.
Yeah, it takes a little bit of practice. Well, it's weird because if you like manage the house account, you're putting on someone's trade that's someone
True.
else's idea, and it's
True.
I like buying bottoms and selling tops, and momentum traders want to trade momentum, and it just feels so foreign to put on that trade. I'm like, this does not feel right, but it can be right if you're fast in, fast out, and it's your plan and you know what you're doing, then yeah, you can absolutely make momentum trades work. I just can't comprehend them.
That's true. Well, funny enough, like whenever I'm trading ranges, I feel like I'm always jumping in and then the range breaks. That just Murphy's law for
Oh.
me. I don't know what it is.
That's funny. That's funny.
But yeah, we
It
do
does
have a
feel
nice
like that
double
sometimes,
doji.
though.
Double doji on the 5 minute there. And that is sitting right where we have all those wicks. And there was a gap, like a fair value gap on the 5 minute, which was sort of right around the zone that we're in. It didn't play out super cleanly, but this could either be a great continuation to the downside, which it looks like it might be.
Yeah. So that would be like stair step short would be like 835s. Would be
We got a 100 lot here. 100 lot here on the NASDAQ ladder. 825s bid 116 times. 21,825 bid 115 times on the NASDAQ ladder. Sorry, go ahead, fellas. James is currently short from 830, correct?
Long.
You're long
It's
from
just red
830.
because it's losing me money right now.
I had a minus sign. I had it says minus from 830. You are plus. He's long from 830s. Thank you.
I might actually not.
Thank you, sir.
I might cut this in a sec because this is not looking very good. If you see, look at that box that I've drawn out here between like 828 and 832. We had those 2 wicks that came in and got rejected. And dojis, I find, are more actually continuation candlesticks than they are reversal candlesticks. Right?
Doji's
So
like the spinning top. Doji's spinning top, right? Tiny body in the middle and long wicks on either side.
Exactly. Yeah, it just has long wicks and a very small body. I don't know if a spinning top refers to specifically one where the body is higher to the top or the bottom. You know how like a top has the handle?
Yeah.
And then, I don't know.
I could
A
just
doji, I think, is
Google
just
that.
indiscriminate. Either way, it doesn't.
What is
that is
doji?
just
Obviously, doji. It's just thin. Basically, this is what it tells you. The last 5 minutes is very thin trading. Correct? Is that essentially what you gather from that? What do you gather when you see dojis? I mean, I know what the pattern is. I didn't know the name for it, but what does that tell you?
Well, it just means that buyers and sellers are equal, essentially. Because if when buyers are strong, they're pushing price higher. Sellers are strong, they're pushing price lower. And the price hasn't gone anywhere, but it's tried to go both directions. It means that there's essentially an equilibrium in what's going on, and people have agreed temporarily on what the price should be.
Brendan Douglas in
don't
the chat.
trade
I thought
time.
doji was when it closes, where it open. Pretty much, that's what James is saying, Brendan. I thought the doji is when it closes, where it open. Yep.
Yeah, if you look at the candlestick at like 11:25, I mean that's a really good example. Even 11:30 on the 5 minute. I mean you have almost equal distant like wicks on either side with a very small body in the middle.
Doji equals indecision. Thank you guys. Awesome stuff in the chat and here on Top Step TV. While we're at it, James D is always joining us. One of our fan favorites here at Top Step TV. Give us a like, give us a follow, give us a subscribe, all that good stuff. We're closing at 138,000 subscribers here. James D is long right now, 21,830. And shoot, we got about 20 minutes left here on Trade with Top Step.
You still liking your
Happy
long,
New Year.
James?
Less, but we haven't really moved lower either, to be
Hasn't
honest.
done anything.
So
Yeah.
we did kind of, if we look at that 5 minute range, we did just break that 5 minute high from the previous doji, and then it kind of rejected. And so I feel like direction is still unclear, which makes this trade not the best in the sense that their direction has not been chosen, and I'm just sort of anticipating that it's going to be to the bull side. It is not.
Do you like? Ooh, got a little bit aggressive here. I mean, do you like longs down here? Because now we're at bottom of 5 minute range.
Let's
It's
see.
a little long of a candlestick, though. That's a spooky
That's
1 minute
actually-
candlestick.
I kind of love fading those candles because it gives you a great point to manage your risk, and the upside is big. Like in the off chance that they do retrace that entire candle, I might actually take a stab when we close that candle to the long side.
All right, let me know if you hop in. I'll hop in with you on that one.
Yeah, 3 seconds, and I'm in on the long.
So are we long 2? What's your stop at?
I'm gonna give it maybe like 5 points, and we're done.
5 points.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't even have time. Okay, our stop is at 21,800.
21,800. Dolby, what price are we long from?
We're long 21,808 and a half. Our stop is at 800 evens. James was super fast on that one. So we're still alive. Actually, we'll hang out in this one.
I got
James,
back
what would
in
be your
with you. I think
target?
I just got woken up.
Hey, water's warm. What's your target?
More. Jump right in.
I'm gonna take some off around 8:30s if we do get back up there, but then I'm gonna let some ride to potentially high of day. Okay, just got stopped at
150 bid on 800s.
Okay, now we're up.
filled. Man. They just smoked that bid.
All
All right,
right,
pushing
now
lower here.
here we go.
That was 797, 800. There was some. We're starting to see some bids pop in here on the Nasdaq ladder, and they're hitting the bid. 21,799 last trade in the Nasdaq. We are flat now. Go ahead, Dolby time.
I'm just trying to see like where we rejected, like what time frames. Like something that can be useful is look at like what time frame your level got rejected at. So for Nasdaq, I'd say like 21,900s, and then I like looking at like a big time frame and then seeing what other levels are relevant because maybe that's the time frame that we're playing, and we're playing in like a 4-hour chart. So if that's the case, then I kind of want to look now at like 21,000, maybe 760s for a potential pullback. Maybe even 21,760. Yeah, so 760s or like 740s, since we had a large time frame rejection at 21,900. So this could have some legs to the downside.
I'm looking at the low of the 5 minute candle from 1010. That huge, what is that? 80. It's like a 50-point wick just to the downside.
Yep.
Yeah.
Maybe a little stop run
Again,
there. That would be a very attractive target, I think.
That's what I grabbed a quick short, just thinking we're obviously moving violently to the downside off of some momentum here, and that is the first visible target to me. We could, we could push down to the open, as crazy as that would be, and retrace the whole day. I'm not gonna bank on that just yet, though. I want to see how we interact with this level between maybe like 750 and 800, that 50-point area. There should be a lot of liquidity in there.
Yeah. Cool. I think there's just definitely some long. Ooh, let's go. Let's get down there. So what's okay? There's our 780s. Yep, there's our 780s.
The trading. Sorry. VWAP 21,769. 769 in the Nasdaq. We've seen some selling in the ES as well. 60.47 last trade. High of the day 60.68. So about 20 points off the lows there, off the highs there. Look at the Dow Jones. Dow Jones selling off as well. About 150 points off the highs. Sellers are in the house. Look out below.
I took a long from 779. I kind of closed out the short and reversed there at that level.
We'll take 786s. Upside target and stop. Long 2.
It's going to be bit of a scalp at the moment, at least, because we still have a lot of bearish momentum. So it could just be like a 1 minute, a quick one and done kind of. I might just take my money at the close of the 1 minute here in like 15 seconds.
Okay, let me know. House account is
Yep.
long 2,
And
21,786 evens. Stop.
10 seconds, 5
Could be a really
seconds,
good. Could be a really good
5
bounce.
seconds.
Yeah, please.
Get out.
Nice.
You're out.
Out.
All right, we're up $93. Turn that ship around, baby. Nice job, James.
Oh, you said ship, right? You said ship.
Ship. E.
Ship.
Hey, this is
Papa.
PG. We keep it PG here,
PG.
guys.
Yes.
Just making sure. Just making sure I heard that. Nice little quick turnaround there. Nice little stab again in there. Nice little bounce.
What
We
was-
bounced it off the 775s. What's up,
Yeah,
James?
what were your fills on that, Dolby? I got like 20 points off of that in 1 minute.
Not nearly as good as you, but let me check. We had 786s and covered at 797. So like 13.
Okay, so 10 points. You still got 10 points out of
Yeah.
that. Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Got back to break even, which always feels good.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong
Might
with that.
actually
30,
live
45 minute session. Not bad.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Okay. How about this? If we crack 775s to the downside, a short with the stop above that wick on the 5 minutes, or on the 1 minute.
You want to do like a stop sell?
Yeah, just like a flagging pattern. There was one bullish green 1 minute candle, and the rest will be continuation.
There we go. We're starting
I
to see
see
it
it.
coming
Okay.
to fruition right now. 777s last trade, 778s. These guys are looking for
So,
775.
yeah, with the
Here we go.
stop above 799.
Okay, we're
Right,
in.
for short. And you said stop at what, 796?
799. 799.
799. Okay. This is some okay.
Yeah,
Now we're
1
risking
minute
a
ago.
grand, so this better roll.
We trading. We out here trading.
Damn. You can. Damn. Okay.
Was that too much?
That maybe like a 1-to-1 on that, because that's just a continuation pattern. We had a lot of
Okay, we'll do
selling.
1-to-1.
The buyer stepped in. We cracked that new low. If there is going to be continuation, I think 799 is a good invalidation point there.
This is exactly that trade that gives me the heebie-jeebies because it's like the exact opposite of what my body's telling me to do. But it can work. It can
Sometimes it's a
work.
good
But
thing.
this is
Yeah.
momentum trader meets range trader.
That
Cool
that
it.
wick on the 1 minute, not a huge fan, but a
Not a
lot of
huge
the
fan.
time they do run that, they will re-engage the price down at the bottom of that wick again by 70.72.
I hope it happens. You know how like you said every time you do a range trade, you just get like insta stopped out. That's how I feel
Yeah.
with like momentum trades.
Fair enough.
Like every time I'm like, oh, this momentum's really good. And it's just like my like intuition is like the exact opposite of momentum, and I just get crushed. I cannot read momentum for the life of me. Oh,
You guys in 3 NQs?
two.
A 2.
Two's the
Got our
base.
CYA. We got our
Choose the base.
CYA. What's our
99s.
CYA, Dolby? I thank you.
799.
99. Last trade 780s. 70. I'm sorry.
Honestly-
79 last.
What, flat?
No. If it takes us out, fine. But if we do get back to that level, I was looking for maybe a 1-to-1, but we can maybe reduce that to like 0.5. So maybe a $5 take profit on that. Just a quick.
Let's see if we
I
can
mean,
get
we do
like
have a lot of
60s.
things in our favor. RSI on the 1 minute went as low as like, I don't know, 25. And typically when, it's just weak. When we see weakness, you want to sell into the weakness. Obviously, you need a good invalidation point for the trade, but there's a high probability that we do kind of touch that level again.
Love it. Hope this
Yeah,
is useful to chat. This is like two different styles simultaneously talking about
pretty
the
cool.
markets. That is. Ooh,
And
we're getting
I love
close.
out.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, go back down. Go back down. We want all of our
Where's
1 minute
JD?
range traders to hop in and short this thing right now, right here, right now.
JD with the toast. This trade's toast, JD. I need that
You could take it
reverse
off.
yank.
You could take it off.
No way.
Take it off. It's
I
probably
mean,
going to get
it's
stopped
really-
out.
No, what it does. Look at this.
Take off one. Take off one.
Okay.
The chance that we get one tick from the stop and don't get stopped out is just very low. So if you get a
Right.
better chance to get out,
Reduced risk.
there you go.
I like that. We got on
This
this.
is a
day-
nice
yeah,
range,
come
though.
on.
This is a nice range.
James coming
This
to you
is-
next.
yeah.
Not James Harden.
Can we add up here? Can we add to the short? Oh, James, sorry.
Wouldn't. I
Pardon.
want to see more follow through. And then if we do get back down, the target could be there's the pre-market high at 761. That could be a good target.
Yeah, I got that marked on my chart too. So there's like that little wick, kind of like a doji a little bit at 630.
Yeah.
I think that's where I got that line from. It just looks attractive. That's like half of what technical analysis is. It's just drawing whatever the most obvious thing on the chart is, because you want to have other traders also responding to levels, because that's how you get
Correct.
good participation and action for your entries. You can kind of
I'm
tell.
actually
if you
gonna
get into- yeah. Yeah. What do you
I'm
got?
gonna move my stop up just a smidge to 804 because we now have that double top and I could see them trying to just like run it up, but I look at the 5 minute and it's still very bearish. So they might just try and pop it aggressively before they move it lower, but I'm confident that we are gonna move lower over the next like 20 minutes.
Are we gonna add
Making-
more at 797?
Overtime. All right. Well, while we do that, we'll keep an eye on this. While these guys manage this trade, I want to bring in James Harden. That is James. I think we got a little announcement and an on this day class is in session with Professor Harden. Whichever one you want to do first. Go ahead, James.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's go ahead and start with our Discord. Did you guys hear? Our Discord is now over 100,000 members strong. All right? It's the best place to go to connect with our coaches, meet other traders, and best of all, it's completely free. There's nothing to lose by joining it. If you hate it, you can delete it. God knows I've left many Discord channels in my life. But if you haven't given it a try, at least log in, chit-chat around. A lot of good stuff there. I know our coaches are in there. You can talk to Coach Paul, Coach Hoop, Coach Jay. They all offer classes in Discord once we're off air. And it's a really helpful area. People in that Discord taught me that you can hide what games you're playing so that everyone doesn't see you play the same one game every single day for the rest of your life. It's kind of embarrassing. But also while we're here, in lieu of Eddie, he's out today, but we don't want to let this drop. So on this day in history, here at Top Step Behind the Scenes, we have a lot of different people trying to help out. Danielle generously offered to give me today's On This Day in History. She provided an image and said, I'll be back with more to follow up. No follow-up, so let's just take a closer look. All right.
Cool.
That was awesome. I don't know what that is, Andre. I was not provided with any further details, but don't worry, I do come prepared. Here is one I do have more information on. On this day, 1974, January 6th, in an effort to conserve energy during an oil crisis, daylight savings time began several months early in the United States and was slated to remain in place for more than a year. The move, however, proved hugely unpopular, and its duration was later amended. I can't understand why that would be unpopular. Who doesn't love waking up in the dead of night, finishing work? And once again, it is the dead of night outside. My personal favorite. But that happened. And I'm learning about this oil crisis for the first time. We had the U.S. come up with a tagline, "Don't be foolish." We should bring that back.
Nice one.
Ooh, crafty.
Yeah, Chrysler.
Yeah.
Chrysler needs to have "Don't be foolish."
Mad Men
And then, I have a follow-up from Danielle. Nothing better than
I'm
live
out.
TV.
I'm
Here we
out.
go.
Nice.
The electric telegraph was invented in 1838. So that's an electric telegraph.
There you go. Look at that thing.
Can somebody tell me what a telegraph is? Is that like a
It's
text?
it's an app you can download on
machine?
your phone. You can have it. It doesn't track your data. You can talk with whoever you want. Telegram, right? Anyway, back to you guys.
God, thanks for throwing it in my lap, James Harden. After that, thanks for that. All right, hey, we did see some selling coming here. I heard James D say he is out. That was a profitable trade, I do believe. 21,781 last trade, correct, James?
Yes, I managed to eke out just a small profit from that.
Oh, nice. We did not.
I don't know what happened. I think I might have closed half, but I ended up. Yeah, it was fine. It was good.
It's fine. Everything's fine. It was good. That was great. Yes. Profits are good. 21,784 last trade in the NASDAQ. Still seeing some more selling here in the Dow Minis, the YM. 43,225 last trade. Also, look who's selling off. Crude oil down about $1.30 from its highs. Last trade, $73.61. We're about 8
Yo,
cents
go
off
fill
the
up the
lows.
tank.
Yes. What was be foolish? Be foolish? What was that tagline?
Yes, be foolish. Or don't be foolish.
Okay,
Yeah,
wait.
that is
Actually,
in-
let's
that is
look at
in-
this. Let's look
Cringe.
at crude for a sec. That
do
low
it.
at 73.53 looks like a target for this move. And we just kind of put in an extension to a little flagging pattern on the 1 minute. Like you had the move lower, some consolidation, another move lower. Do you think we're going to try and target those lows from the overnight?
What price would that be, James?
Probably.
73.53,
Ooh,
so
what a
10 cents.
bounce.
Could we get 10 cents
I would
out of
think
that?
that's a safe bet, I would say.
What a bounce.
Wow, look
I
at that
don't know.
bounce
I
right
don't
off
love
VWAP.
it. I don't love it.
Yeah.
I'm green.
769s was VWAP. We bounced about 30 points off of that last trade. 21,798. Auction in 5 minutes. Thank you, Joe V in the chat. Yeah, we got 3-year auction, top of the hour. Typically doesn't move the equities too much unless it does come in out of whack. As I said earlier, it's a poor bid to cover, poor demand for the 3-year debt. You may see it reflect in a sell-off in the equities. So make sure to stay tuned for that. We got 2 minutes left here. And coming up next, we got a little shoulder tap coming up. We got a shoulder tap today. Ooh, JD and Mick. And we got the new segment, Lunchbox Trading with JD and Hogue. We got power players, JD, Dolby Time, Caesar E. And Trading Edge with Agnieszka. Did I say it? Did I Dolby Time? Agnieszka. Or yes?
I
Agnieszka.
think it's Agnieszka. Agnieszka.
Agnieszka Wood. Mindset coach for 2 p.m. in lieu of Power Hour today. Agnieszka Wood joining us at 2 p.m. Central Time. That is here on Top Step TV. But yes, Lunchbox Trading coming up. Go ahead, Dolby Time.
Stair step shorts have been working.
Yeah.
So stair step
I got
short
back
is
into the
just.
short there.
Oh, you did.
Yeah,
Where?
I layered into a
800s?
short. My first entry, I entered 5 around 94s, and then
Nice.
another 5 around 80s, with the stop above that 1 minute wick at 8:05.
Ooh, okay.
And I'm
Does seem heavy.
targeting like the open essentially. We just got another. If you look at the 5 minute, we had the double doji, a move lower, and then we just put in another double doji kind of. This could be like the final leg of the move lower.
How much do you use candlestick theory in your trading?
It's a tool in the tool belt, right? It's not. I don't think it's so much to formulate a trade idea. So, for example, I was looking at the charts overnight, and I was sort of mapping out what I expected the first 2 hours to look like, and I was right. Thankfully, I saw. We opened the regular session. RSI was above 70. I was like, we're going to get some bullish momentum here, and we're probably going to close near IB high. And we did. So that would be a trade idea that had nothing to do with candlesticks. But then you're looking for an entry, and you can start to look at the candlesticks, different behavior patterns, per se.
Oh, there's like a whole. You can go to like candlestick college, and they got, all sorts of patterns and setups.
Used to play baseball there. Anyways,
Candlestick Park, that's a better reference.
Candlestick Park, they used to play baseball there. Anyways, that's it for now. We'll trade with Top Step. Dude, James D. As always, we love having you in, but I'm really pumped for the shoulder tap coming up next. Obviously, we got Mick in the house, but let's see if we can get a recap of some of those live funded account traders that we heard putting up massive numbers for a couple hours ago. A couple people over 60 grand. 3 people are over 50. Were over $50,000 in profits about 2 hours ago. Let's see where that happened. A high of $74,000. Tune in for shoulder tap. We got JD and Mick on the other side of this. Let's see what those numbers are at. If we can get a quick recap there. Of course, we'll go over some trading cards as well. Then we got Lunchbox Trading. We got a full day pack here on Top Step TV. James D, as always, a fan favorite. The only time I'll be seeing you later this afternoon. Anyways, Top Step TV, shoulder tap coming up next. Let's go.
Why Top Step? Because traders shouldn't have to risk everything to participate in the markets. And since 2012, We've provided capital to over 10,000 futures traders just like you. From the pits in Chicago to screens in over 143 countries, we've been motivated by one simple idea. We don't care who you are or where you learn to trade. If you pass TopStep's trading evaluation, you'll be invited to trade with our capital in a fully funded account. As a TopStep funded trader, you keep 90% of profits and we take the losses. We also offer educational resources for all levels, live classes, and free group coaching from a team with over a century of professional trading experience. We're invested in your success. So what are you waiting for? Ditch the brokerage account, start learning by doing, and become a TopStep funded trader today.